Good morning, dear students. So today we are going to see some part of your introduction of your DBMS. So I already had some introduction of myself. That is, I am Dr. Ajay Kumar Singh. So you already know that I am going to teach DBMS subject. So today we are just going to discuss some introduction part of your DBMS. Overview of this DBMS. So basically this DBMS started in 1970 in a little bit full-fledged, but it has been started, it was coined in 1960. They started making this because if you're going to make some product, it is not going to be created within a day. You started some product, it is going to take some time. And in that olden days when we were not having ample amount of memory, ample amount of high processing speed, so it was really difficult to manage database management system. But before that we were already having file management system, isn't it? So we were having that payroll system, employees were getting the entire salary detail using payroll system, but at that time they were using file management system. So some files are there and you want to retrieve some data from that file. So in that case you are supposed to write some of the query, and that query is going to be written in some programming language like C, isn't it, in that olden days. So in that case, if you are going to retrieve salary of a particular employee, so you are supposed to write some query using file management system, that is file handling, and you are going to seek to that point, and then ultimately you are going to print some data, that is your some salary or his record, whatever it may be. But in database management system it is little bit easier, and the moment we are going to fire some SQL query, structured query language, that is in short we are saying this SQL query, very easily we are going to get the job done. Very easily we are going to retrieve the record of a given employee. Clear? So we are going to see some of the difference that is already elaborated on the screen. So let's go ahead. I think you are able to see the entire content over here. Now let's see the difference between file management and database management system. So that just now I told that the file management system was used in olden days, and nowadays we are using this database management system because obviously some of the advantages are there over the file management system. So DBMS is having some advantage over file management system. So let's see the very first point. So it is saying that we are able to organize the file. So organization of the file is there. So in file management system we are writing randomly, and in this database management system the things that the data that we are going to save, that is going to be there. And the moment I am going to retrieve the data, exactly the same data we are going to fetch from the DBMS part, from database management system. Clear? So next point is all about your redundancy, that is repetition of the data. Redundancy is nothing but the repetition of the data. So repetition of the data may be there in case of your file management system, but in case of data management system this redundancy is removed by using normalization. We will see later on the entire topic on your normalization part. So by using normalization we are going to reduce the repetition of the data, redundancy of the data. Clear? But in file management system redundancy is going to be there. Clear? We are unable to remove redundancy by using some formula or by using some query. Clear? So next we are going to see the backup part. So backup is going to be there in both the cases, whether it is file management system or database management system, isn't it? So in this database management system backup is little bit better as compared to your file management system, because in that case we are going to create the replica of the data. So whatever the data is there, that is going to be saved in n number of different hard disks. We are going to read this RAID part is there, RAID. So repetition, I mean we are going to put the replica of the entire data in different hard disks. So in that case we are able to get the data. by using your database management system. But in file management system, once it is deleted, so that is gone. We are unable to retrieve the data, isn't it? So let me show the another slide for you. So this was all about your first slide. So let's go for the next one. That is fourth point. Now let's see the fourth point. It is saying there is no efficient query processing in file management system. Just now we discussed there is no efficient queries there. So for retrieving, we are supposed to write some programming language. That programming language is, again, it is too big. Even a single character, if you want to retrieve, you are supposed to write the entire 6 or 7 lines of code in C language. But in this DBMS, you are just going to write a single SQL query in order to get the output. Like suppose I want to retrieve the name of employee whose salary is 20,000. So I am going to write select star from EMP. Let's say EMP is the name of the table. Select star from EMP where employee salary is equal to or employee salary is greater than 20,000. Whatever may be the query, within a single line you are going to write the query and you are going to get the job done. The entire data will be there before your screen, isn't it? So that part is also very, very important, that query. Just by writing simple query in SQL, we are able to get the output. Now next point we are going to have is all about consistency. I think you are able to see that consistency part. So it is consistent. I mean, in case of your DBMS, we are going to say it is consistent as compared to your file management system, isn't it? So this consistency part is very, very important. Consistency, it is saying by using any of the, any of the software, by using any of the programming language, like in case of DBMS, we are going to use Trigger. In case of DBMS, we are going to use PLSQL, programming language using SQL. So whatever way we are going to fetch the query, we are going to get the same data, isn't it? That consistency is there. So the literal meaning of consistency, we already know that if you are going to say, suppose player Tendulkar is consistent player. So we assume that Tendulkar is going to score at least 50 in every match, isn't it? So here also we are going to say that consistency is there. That means we are going to get the data in the same format. It is not that we updated the data, next time we are not going to get the updated data. So whatever updation is being done by using any of the PLSQL or Trigger, by using any of the process, it has to be saved in that database. So that consistency is there in case of your DBMS, but it is not the case with your file management system. Clear? So file management system is little bit less complex. That we already know, we used to write the record of a suppose given employee, or we are going to make some file, and that file has to be saved in your database. That file has to be saved in your hard disk. So in database also we are saving the entire data in your hard disk. But in this case, writing is little bit different. In DBMS, you are supposed to learn the query in order to write the entire data in your database. But this is not the case with your file management. In file management, you are just writing, you are just typing in Notepad, and you are going to get the job done. So that is counted as one of the drawback of your DBMS, because you are supposed to remember the query, isn't it? Now coming back to your security aspect. So which one is secure? So obviously the database that we are going to use in this case is your Oracle or DB2, or lot many databases are there, MySQL. So in that case, security is there. Why security is there? Because in that case, nobody is going to harm your data. Nobody is going to delete your data, because for deleting your data, he must have login. But this is not the case with your file management system. Once you are there in the terminal computer, anybody is going to go to that file and can delete your file. So that this file management system don't have that security. Clear? So security is more in your DBMS as compared to your file management. Next, we are going to see that is all about you're less expensive than DBMS. You are able to see the 8th point, isn't it? Less expensive than DBMS. So why it is less expensive? Because we are just writing the entire data in our notepad and we are going to get the job done, isn't it? But this is not the case with your DBMS. In that DBMS, you are supposed to buy the software, you are supposed to have the software, and then ultimately you are able to get the output. Suppose you are going to use your Oracle. So in Oracle also, you are supposed to buy that software, and then ultimately you are going to go for the database management system part. So this DBMS is costlier as compared to your file management system. So these are the 8 points. So not only these are, we are going to talk about this 8 point right now, but there are many points. So out of which I have taken the prominent and important point that is going to differentiate this file management system and database management system. So hope you understood the entire concept. Thank you.